Welcome to the weekly channel angel message. I'm going to take a moment to tune into the angels and see what message they have for us this week. Okay, so I'm hearing and I'm seeing things. So what I'm hearing is open your heart, and what I'm seeing is like a heart in a chest, like radiating light. And then the light's flickering. And I'm seeing like things being placed in front of the heart that's like blocking both the flow out and the flow inward of energy and love. And I'm seeing like walls closing up around the heart and hearing like closing up. Basically, this idea of like the angels are feeling as a society, and humanity, like we're just building up so many walls around our hearts and closing up. It's like the more that hard things happen and upsetting things and angering things happen and sad things happen, we just start to build another wall and to protect ourselves. But what happens is, so what they're showing a few different things. I'm going to try to slow it down to do one thing at a time. One of it is like, if we're all building walls, then we look like we're at war with each other, right? I think if you were like approached a village or a home, I mean, they're showing like old time castles is what the image is. So you approach a castle, has all of these walls and these gates and things like that. It doesn't feel really inviting, right? Or really warm. It's like, okay, they're waiting for an enemy to show up. So therefore, I need to be more on guard and hypervigilant, and I need to be ready to fight. So when we build walls, to protect ourselves, we're keeping people out, which in some ways I think is the point when we build walls. Like, we're feeling that hurt that we don't want someone to harm us. However, we're not seeming very inviting, and then we're actually putting other people on the defense and feeling like they need to build walls too. So they're showing like a dominoes all falling, like it's a domino effect. As one person closes up, build walls, another person does that, and just on and on and on and on it goes. But they're also acknowledging how vulnerable it is to not have any walls, to not have any protection in a world where everyone seems to be warring with each other, like literally or metaphorically, and that everyone's kind of on the attack or waiting to be on the attack or on the defensive. That would be really vulnerable to just walk out into a battlefield with no armor and be like, I'm here, like, hi, like you just, you know, you'd probably be killed potentially. So that's also like not what we're looking at either. I'm hearing like strategic protection. So they're showing like when someone waves a white flag in surrender as a symbol of, when you meet people, are they someone that is willing to like surrender, meaning like, are they willing to put down their walls and welcome you with an open heart? Or is it someone who is ready to attack at all times? And that can be felt energetically. So this is something where they're encouraging us to drop down into our bodies and make sure we're in our bodies a lot of the times, because it's going to help us determine a real threat from a perceived threat that's not actually real. And if we can be in our bodies and pick up on that kind of, is this perceived or real threat, then we can decide to lay down our armor and our weapons and our walls and meet someone in that kind of love and openness place. And that's where like a really beautiful connection can be built. And then I'm seeing the dominoes fall again, but in the other direction. So as we start to do that with one another, open our hearts, let down our walls, one person at a time, then it means like more people are open-hearted, less walls are built, more love is driving humanity versus fear and anger driving humanity. But it's like a one person at a time thing. I'm also saying like it depends on what messages we're putting out. So they're showing like social media and things like that. What are we speaking into the ether, into the universe, into the energy, like the world? Because that also can shift things as well on a bigger scale. So we have this like one-on-one situation where I can meet someone, we both lay down our walls and our armor and we meet in love. Or we both feel like we're on attack and we need to protect ourselves, and that shows up as anger and fear. On a grander scale, if we're putting out more messages of love and open-heartedness and compassion and all that stuff, I'm seeing like fields of people putting down their armor and their weapons. But if we're constantly feeding the fear, anger messaging, then more people are walking around with armor. I don't know that any of this probably feels particularly new to a lot of people. Like as I'm saying this, I feel like people are going to be like, duh. Um, but I'm seeing the angels almost like they're using the word plea, like they're making a plea to all of us. Like, can we really try to find a way forward in love, in the midst of so much anger and fear and hard stuff and challenges? Like they don't want us to lose our way and become like what I'm hearing, like lost souls. And that is a real challenge. But what we can do behind the scenes is when we are at our home and we feel maybe that we are in a safer place, if our home is a safe place, I mean, that's its own thing, whether our home is a safe environment for ourselves. But if we do have a space where we can feel safe, or a relationship that we can feel safe, but even just by ourselves, like can we let down our walls energetically and sit with our own open-heartedness with ourselves and our higher power and receive love, like a divine love at the very least, and then to send love out into kind of like the ether and the universe? Can we at least do that? Because that will have a benefit for ourselves and the world. So I hope you can find a way to sit in more love for yourself and other people and let down your walls when it feels safe so that you can receive love as well as give.